Uchechi. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right. And Pastor Ms. Rosebank is still very much around, flowing from the family segment this morning, talking to our families how to have strong families. So the two of them are coming on strong on the same segment with lots of information for you. Thank you, Pastor Ms. Rosebank.
My pleasure.
All right. Okay. Well, let's start with what's in the news, what is trending. All over social media, the news everywhere is the gruesome murder of Miss Uwaila Omozuwa, okay? The 100-level microbiology student of the University of Benin was raped and later murdered by some assailants. It's gratifying to know that the Inspector General of Police, as Muhammad Adamu, has deployed forensic support to Edo State Police Command to complement and quicken action in the ongoing investigation. Towards that, we are told that already one person has been arrested in connection with that rape and subsequently the killing of the very beautiful young lady. Very sad development. Perhaps to refresh our memories, we'll take those reports again. It will serve as a deterrent to those who delight in perpetrating evil. This is for all those persons who have been killed and their cases never made it to the media. So many people have been kidnapped. I have a neighbor that happened to. He was kidnapped, and unfortunately the family could not raise the ransom fast enough and he was killed. He didn't make it to the media. Nobody said anything about it. So this is one case too many, and it's an opportunity for all of us to deal with it. The idea that the Inspector General of Police has to send forensic support is a no-brainer, really. We expect that all the state commands will have equal ability to be able to deal with such challenges anytime it arises. And also, we are getting reports that the church where the lady went to study was burnt down. Those kind of mob actions, again, must be condemned. Allow law enforcement agents to do their work. You don't go about burning people's property. You really don't know the story. If at the end of the day the church was not part of what happened, how are you going to build the church back? You have burnt it. That's how they've killed innocent people in Nigeria in the name of mob action. So let's go back to the VCR and see some of those clips of recent developments on the killing of Uwaila Omozuwa. All right, thank you, Festus, for the updates there. We hope justice will be served. We call for calm and that people should go about their normal activities. Pastor Ms. Rosebank, you want to say one or two things about the whole incident?
It's so painful.
It's
honestly,
so painful.
It was almost giving me sleepless night. So painful, and like you have rightly put, it's not about going to burn the church. It's not about doing anything to cause further harm or mayhem, but let's wait for the law enforcement agents to do what they know to do. Thank God there's one person already that they've been able to bring out. So let's be patient, and then also for the younger ones, be be more careful about what you do, who you interact with, and all of that. And also to the younger guys, I want to quickly say this because there are so many talks here and there. Like somebody said maybe they've been on her and all of that, and she was not yielding. Like I always tell young guys, if you are on a girl and she's not yielding, why don't you move to another one? Must you kill yourself over one that is not giving you how will I put it now? It's not giving you a good, that's not giving you hope concerning your request. It's not giving you hope concerning your request. Move and then trust God for another one. And over time, better ones come. I've seen it again and again. So don't die over one that is not yielding to the extent of now saying you want to take life. Is out of it. Really, really out of it.
Thank you for that advice. Uchechi, you want to say something on that?
Well, I couldn't agree more with Pastor. She has said it all. She has actually said it all.
It's a terrible situation, really. So that's that. Like I said, it's just one case out of so many. So many go unreported. It's just that Amazua's case, it just shows that she was destined for great things, and now she has been cut short because of the foolishness and the wickedness in the heart of one individual or a group of persons. Like Pastor Ben said, be very careful about your desires.
Yeah.
Be very, very careful.
Yes.
All right. We live in a nation where there isn't much discipline. There's this head of one agency that collects revenue for us. Some people are saying he's 70-something years of success, 65. Well, you know, going to marry a teenager about 20-something. What example are you showing to younger generation? At that age, you should be a person of of some stature, some integrity.
Yeah.
You should be thinking of what everything you do thereafter is the generation that is coming after me. What examples am I? So, as a nation, we should live by purpose. We should be people of integrity, people of discipline. That's how we build a great and virile nation. Just take a look at how our country is. In all indices, we are down. So please, let us not kill our young ones. Look at the young studios. She even went to study.
She went to study
In the church.
In the church. Who does that? Well, we thank God that Inspector General of Police, everybody has heard about this case. She has become very famous, fortunately, in death. And we know thereafter the perpetrators will not have peace wherever they may be, and whoever they may be. Certainly they won't have peace. All right, Uchechi is here this morning to tell us how to best eat this period and how to stay healthy, and I'll let her talk to us this morning. Uchechi is a registered dietitian, nutritionist from the University of the Dietitian Hospital. Once again, thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. First, let me start by I want to talk about nutrition in COVID-19 because that's the time we are in right now. And there have been a lot of, should I say, myth. Everybody is doing one thing or the other, trying to boost their immunity. First of all, that is a wrong clause. We say support the immune system. And then, in order to support your immune system, you should take a diet that is adequate. And when I mean by a diet that is adequate, it's a diet that consists of all the food groups in their accurate quantities and the daily consumption of this adequate diet. Now, in an adequate diet or a quality diet, there are 4 things you should look out for. The adequacy, overall balance, moderation of some nutrients that we don't need so much, and then the yes, I mentioned the overall balance. So, and then I mentioned food groups. They should come from different food groups. There are about 6 or 7 food groups. There are the cereal food group. There's a meats and poultry with fish. There's a milk group. There's a legumes and nuts. Then our target should be to consume foods that come from each and every one of these groups on a daily basis. Now, these food groups is a composition of different foods that have similar nutritional benefits. So if you pick a food from every food group and consume them, you have consumed an adequate diet, and that is what we need to support our immune system. Our immune system is not a system that works with just one nutrient and say, oh, let's go on a splurge on vitamin C or on vitamin E. No, it works with all the nutrients. They have to be together, and then with a good lifestyle, sleeping well, adequate rest, these are things that help to support our immune system and not just going by one type of diet. There's no type of diet, there's no one particular diet that can cure COVID-19 or one particular diet that will support the immune system. It has to come from different food groups. Variation is key.
Variation is key.
Yes.
A lot of people will say, how am I going to get the money to be able to put food from all the various food groups,
Exactly.
together, legumes, protein, carbohydrate, fiber, and all of that.
Well,
so simplify it for us.
No. In a food group now, like I said before, a food group is a composition of different foods that have similar nutritional benefits. Now, in a food group, you have the expensive ones and you have a cheaper alternative. Let's say, for example, the meat, poultry, and fish group. In that group, we have chicken, we have turkey. Those ones are kind of pricey, they're expensive. But in that same group, we have edible insects, we have the crayfish. So I think it's more about the knowledge. It's for you to know this is what I need, and this is not an adequate diet, or having a healthy diet is not, it mustn't be expensive. It's not expensive at all. It's just for you to have the knowledge and know how to apply it. That's all. Okay. You can have a adequate diet, like I preach. You can have an adequate diet from different food groups at a very cheap rate.
All right.
Yes.
So, for example, we have what is common amongst us is eba and soup. So the eba is already carbohydrates.
Is it? I'm talking about the food groups now. So is it from the starchy roots and tubers? Yes.
All right. So what should the soup components be like?
Okay.
Maybe make it as practical
as that. Okay. Then if you're having eba, then you should go with a soup that has, let me say, vegetable soup, for instance. Now you have covered the vegetable group. Inside that soup, let's say you don't have money for meat, you put crayfish in it. You've covered the meats. Okay. The meat group. Do you get? There's oil in the food. Do you understand? Other oil has other nutrients that is also coming with it. Do you get? So by the time you go, and I said adequate diet, you should consume it in a day. Okay. Do you get? So if you consume that, let me say as lunch, for instance, you can pick from other food groups, have as your dinner and your breakfast. So long as you've gone round these food groups in a whole day, then you're good. Okay.
When is it too much? Because one thing I notice is that people are getting very big these days.
Yes.
But are getting so big these days, and why is that? Is it that people are eating too much, or they are not eating food that the meals are not balanced?
Yes. You know, when I said an adequate diet, I said it depends on some factors: adequacy, moderation, overall balance, and then variety. Now, this is where the moderation and overall balance comes from. A balanced diet, let me go back to that, is not just you having all these foods. It should be in relation to what you need for your body. Okay. Your input, we like to say your input should be equal to your output. If if you're eating something, then it should be equal to the amount of energy you're expending. So if I say, that's why I say diet is individualized. What you're going to eat is different from the quantity I'm going to eat, and it's different from what man is going to eat here, because our activities are different. One of us might be sedentary, one of us might be a sports enthusiast, one of different things. So long as your input is balanced with your output, then you're fine. But when you know that you are eating too much, it's very simple. You start adding weight. When you're eating,
and it shows. It's not something you can hide.
It doesn't hide. So when you are.
So what do you do when that happens?
You either reduce the amount of food you are eating, or you increase your physical activity. Whatever you do to have that balance, that is what we preach. So you have to. That's why we say, okay, now when you want to lose, we say start exercising, so that the input and output somewhat becomes at least balanced.
All right, so guys, go register at the nearest gym and try to lose some weight. A lot of people are having issues with weight gain in recent time.
Yes.
And I think we've heard from the right source this morning telling us where this is coming from, and it's not healthy, is it?
No, it's not healthy.
Obesity.
I was going to say something.
Yes.
I know I'm going to be coming from a different, but because I'm a family person, many of our women, you see people eat eba in the morning.
Yes.
In the afternoon, they want to eat yam and palm oil, because I want to come closer home. And then in the evening, you see the same person that is eating
Rice.
pounded yam.
Okay.
Or eating rice. This is what we are used to. How do you go about it so you don't go off key from what you are coming from?
Like I already said now, what you did, this menu you just stated now, it doesn't have variation in it.
It's a recipe for obesity.
Because one, you said eba in the morning, that's from the tubers, starchy tubers.
Yeah.
Yam, the same tubers.
Yeah.
It's only the rice now that is from the cereal and grain.
Okay.
Did you get me? So in that way, how you've not consumed the 6 food groups. You've only had like 2. So you are lacking in some other things. And other food groups now that you've excluded there, they have the vitamins and minerals that we need, because it has to come together. The digestion process and everything has to, all these nutrients have to be there. Do you get? So now if I say, let me give a practical example. Let's say in the morning, you can take bread. Bread is also from the cereal group. Okay? In the afternoon, maybe say you want to swallow. You take eba. You now take it with vegetable soup. The bread, you can have it with egg in the morning and milk. A cup of milk. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes. Then in the evening, you pick something else. But make sure that there's fruits and vegetable, at least 1 or 2 fruits and vegetables in that your meal for the whole day.
Wow.
Okay.
All right. It's something that our families need to.
Yes.
It's something that we really don't give thought to.
If you leave me and her, I will have 1,001 questions to ask.
Yeah. Because we just want to eat something that will fill you up.
Yes.
No, we shouldn't
That's
eat
what
that
I'm
way.
used to.
That's
We
what we're
shouldn't
used
eat that way, because like we always preach, you are what you eat. If you keep eating, you're not eating to nourish your body, you're just eating to get yourself filled. At the end of the day, it will tell. Especially when you're not consuming these vitamins and minerals that we need. We call them, at the point you're not seeing them, we call it hidden hunger. You're not seeing that your body is hungry for these nutrients, but at the point in your life, it shows.
Okay, for this season of COVID-19, do you have any tips for us what we should be eating? Because everybody is saying COVID-19 attacks the immune system. It's a virus, like all viruses, attacks the immune system and all of that. So we need to boost our immunity, and sometimes food can help in this direction.
Yes.
So what kind of food should we be eating? There are lots of supplements right now, and it's selling fast. People are buying all kinds of stuff but they are quite expensive. For those persons who cannot afford this, what food should they be eating, at least to keep them, give them the assurance that our immunity is we still have some immunity.
Like I said before,
Yes.
it still boils down to adequate diet.
The 6 groups.
No matter how we run away from the truth, the truth still remains the truth. The immune system is a complex system that thrives when we eat. It thrives on different nutrients. And now there's something we call nutrient-nutrient interaction. Like for instance now, iron and zinc is good for our immune system and everything. But then if you don't have vitamin C that's coming, this iron and zinc maybe from animal products, they are the readily available ones for our body to use. But if you don't have vitamin C from our fruits and the rest, the body cannot make use of it. Do you get where I'm coming from? So it is a complex process that all these nutrients have to be involved. If this is not here, this is not. If this one is here and this is not here, it can affect the absorption of one of the nutrients. So it has to come from that variety. So taking of all these supplements and the rest of them, it's not what I preach. It's not what we preach as dietitians. We always preach an adequate diet. Once you have an adequate diet, the body knows what to do with all the nutrients.
Okay, I think we'll just look for some funds for you, Uchechi. So bring us do practical demonstrations for
Yes,
our
yes,
families.
because lately too, I've seen people who will say, okay, I want to take a lot of avocado pear because they read or somebody told me that the pH of avocado pear is
very
higher than that
And
of
we're also told that too
COVID-19.
much of it too.
Yeah,
It's also
exactly.
dangerous. You take too much of substances that have potassium is a risk. Too much of food substances that have too much sodium, something like salt, is also a problem. So we need to know. Well, you go to our hospitals, lots of challenges. People cannot even pay bills because they didn't have the money in the first place. You know, so lots of challenges. And so the best thing is let's avoid some of these health challenges.
I think the problem is coming from people. People have this mindset that dieting is very expensive.
Yes, yes.
And the problem actually started, what I think, started from these self-acclaimed nutritionists that are online or offline or wherever it is they are, selling products and different things to people, making them think that, oh, if you take this, all your sins are forgiven. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Let me use this platform to beg you people. Stop deceiving the general public. People are ignorant and people are gullible. They can take whatever information you give them. Leave the job of dieting and everything to the professionals. Like the doctor will always tell you, doctor will say, don't Google your symptoms. If you have any symptom that is not normal to your body, you go to the hospital. Now there are dietitian nutritionists that studied nutrition and dietetics. Do you get? So these are professionals. If you have any challenge about your nutrition or you want to know what to eat right, and because some people are just generally concerned, they just want to eat right, come to the hospital, ask your doctor to refer you to a dietitian, and you see a dietitian and they plan a diet that is fit for you as an individual.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Different persons with different needs, like you said.
Yes.
All right, Pastor Ms. Rosebank, talk to our families this morning.
Yes.
COVID-19 is still here. It's not going away anytime soon. People are losing income. It's quite rough. Advice to parents.
Well, we took it off this morning from the child raising.
Okay, raising,
yes, godly children. And I think I did a little talk there, and I want to still say it. I want to take off from there. If you are a parent and you're raising children, you can't make the children become what you are not. I want to emphatically say that. The children will become what you are. So if you want your children to be moral, to be, truthful, have integrity, then it starts from you. That's number one. Number two, children are home. They've been home with us, and now they're able getting to know mom and dad better because they've always been in school and all of that. So parents, you need to be more disciplined this time. Don't let your children go back to school with bad omen from what they heard mom and dad do while they were home. And then back to the nutrition that we have been on. Children eat a lot, we all know, and now we are running and seeing how we can meet up. But I want to say this, many fathers are home, they're not really work, are not really resuming. And next, mothers are doing everything they know to do to meet up. And I must say kudos to every mother that is striving to see that the home does not starve. And as you're doing that, please keep at it and make sure there's peace in your home. When a woman now becomes the one that is bringing much of the money, there's a tendency for her to begin to want to misbehave to her husband, which is not allowed. When you start to misbehave to your husband because you feel you are the one that is now doing much of the help in buying and meeting the home needs, then the children will be affected, because when children see mom and dad quarreling and fighting, it does not always go down well with them. And then children eating, this time, of course, they have to eat. But like our nutritionists have, our dietitians have already equally tell us there are ways to go about it. I'm happy you're hearing from her that if you decide to cook just vegetable soup and crayfish, you are not a poor person. And if you decide to go take a step further to say, okay, let me just buy half crate of eggs. You're cooking your vegetables, you're adding your crayfish, and then you just boil your eggs, garnish it with your vegetables. You can use it to eat your swallow, you can use it to eat rice, you can use it to eat yam. And children naturally love eggs. I do it a lot. If I was my children see me go to market buy crate of egg, oh, they are very happy. I just boil it and I garnish my vegetable with it. The children can still be healthy, and insist that your children will eat healthy, especially your husband. When the man is up to 40 years, 50 years, even the woman, you begin to watch the kind of food you eat. Eat more of protein, vegetables. Thank God she's here. So that the home will be healthy. Like I always tell couples, this time is not a time to rush either the man, woman to hospital on the ground of, oh, my husband didn't sleep well last night because he's not eating well. Because the medical personnel now have so much to attend to, like you're hearing about the COVID-19. So put your home together. Make sure you eat well. I like one of my friends I saw yesterday. She used to be a banker, but I saw her. She said, I'm not into rice. She sells rice now, and she's doing well. For the professionals, for the career ladies who have been on a particular road, and you're seeing now that you have to diversify. Why not? Especially if the man is not really coming forth as expected or as before because of the economical whatever that we are in, you can step in joyfully, diversify, put your hand to do other things, and be happy about it. Don't do it disrespecting your husband. I want to say it again and again, because whatever you do to try to add to what the man is bringing, and you are doing it now, and see finish syndrome now start setting in, the man does not talk and you listen because you feel, well, you're bringing and I'm equally bringing. It won't make things go well, because the nature of a man, a man has this natural ego that God has put in every one of them. And I always tell women, the one beautiful thing you can't do for your husband is to stand to protect his ego. Yeah. Now some women will like, my husband have ego and all that. I say, yeah, it's a natural thing, and I'm happy my husband have it. So I protect it for him. How do you protect it? You're helping in whatever form. Don't stay on his face and then talk down on him and then treat him not like a trash, because after all, you are not earning money too. You're earning money, and like I always tell women, you're earning money because you have a good head. And who is the head? The man. If you're not having a good head, go and ask some other women that don't have good head. They do all they know to do, yet money is not coming forth. So for a woman that is earning good money, the kudos still go to your husband because you have a good head. And that alone should even make you to respect him more and love him more. Whatever you're doing, you still do it, and then you still respect him and loving him. And I want to quickly say this, you know, this thing is in chain. A woman that is doing everything to meet up should have a husband who is appreciative. Yeah.
Very
because
important.
our nature, we love it.
Yes.
You know, when they come to me at this period and say, listen, I do everything I know to do, I run out, I run in, and then I sell, women that sell in the market, and then you're just coming in to meet a husband who is telling you, look at the whole house, look at your children. The woman she has not even taken her seat. She's still carrying her load.
You're
So,
talking
you're
down on her.
You're talking down on, so please, men, women, we are very simple. Give us, appreciate us.
Yeah, we appreciate
Honey, you
you.
are trying. I can see what you're doing. God bless you for me. That woman's head will be swollen. She want to do more. So it's in chain. As a woman who's doing everything to respect you, to help you, you appreciate her too. I was telling a man recently. The man said, why should I? Well, I'm the man. I said, listen, if your wife is gone out to see what she can do to meet up, nothing, it doesn't take anything from you to help her take care of the children who are home. It doesn't take anything from you to fix the meal for the children. So, you see, it's a chain.
Just to add to what you're saying, listen to her, especially for ladies who are earning money. We're talking about how all the finances in the home belongs to the family. Decisions are taken equally. And as for the men to know that your wife, though the money belongs to the family, that she's earning belongs to the family, give some room for her to also have opportunity to make some decisions
concerning the money.
Money, yes.
Yeah.
Let her have some. Doesn't because the money belongs, this is how it's going to be spent. No. Also allow her have room to spend the money the way she deems fit. honor her interests.
Yes.
Whatever interest she has, or her hobbies, or persons she also wants to be generous with the money. Just say, this is family money. This is how we are going to spend it. As you earn the money, bring it to me. You know, so amen to all these boys are to ego.
Yes.
You don't need to minutely control. There's a word for it. You want to control everything.
Bossy over everything.
Allow some room, you know, for some maneuvers. Let her also do some things that she.
And it will make the home healthy.
Yes, it does.
Healthy.
Just allow room for transparency.
Yes.
So, I made so amount of money. Really? Wow, fantastic. So what are you going to do with it? And I want to buy some clothes. I want to buy. Really? It's okay.
Okay.
But remember that we need this that. Create that environment for discussion.
And not tell her, listen.
No, we must buy back.
Even though it's your money and the man.
And the wife too. The husband says, okay, this is the money I have, but I want us to spend. Also know that he has, there should be room for him to use his money creatively. And for the men, be wise in your investment. Don't invest in side chicks. Side chicks do not have anything to do in your life, you know, in the long run. So let side chicks go hustle for themselves and also face their destinies very squarely. I've seen a lot of those challenges when we have interactions with men. We see a lot of men not bringing all their money home because they have to invest it in so many and those investments will never bring any return. And once a wife knows that that is where you invest your money, that is the root for acrimony, you know, in our home. So there should be a lot of very transparent communications. There should be room for people to maneuver with their finances. Make sure the investments are things that yield. Even in looking good is an investment. Why wants to invest in new clothes? Why not let her invest in it? Yes, let her invest in.
Why not?
You know, in it. You have a healthy home. You'll be what the society needs right now. Functional families. We have too many dysfunctional families producing dysfunctional children who cannot communicate. They're very violent, in how they communicate their needs and all of that. Imagine a young guy said, "Oh, I don't want to have anything to do with you, my friend. Go and face your life. In the night, you want to go rape her, kill her. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense."
And you know, like I tell guys, that is the height of complex.
Yes, it just shows you are a very weak, man.
God.
Yes.
Somebody is telling you no, and you're like, I will do it by force, and I will take your life. It's a height of complex. So if you feel you are somebody that, listen, I am coming to your life to be a blessing. If you are not allowing me, then I will, you miss a lot and you move on.
That's right.
And somebody better will always come.
Always come. That's right. It's not everybody that will like you. That's the truth. At some point in time, somebody may not like you, or maybe later on the person will like. It's just a matter of time. Just go develop yourself, become somebody that everybody would want to, associate with. Remember how we used when we were much younger. We were so go be somebody, and everybody will come around. Nobody will tell you, yes. Go be somebody. Everybody will tell you, yes, you are the man. All right. So that's for our young people this morning.
I want to, before we wrap up this segment, I want to, yesterday evening I was with a couple. I think they should be in their 70, 80. And then I've been watching them from afar because this man is healthy and he's old. He has a colleague who is equally almost of the same age. That one is looking withered. But this one is healthy. So yesterday night I saw their secret. And what was it? I went to them to get a crate of egg. And it was already late. While the woman was attending to me, the old man was helping her clear the other things, move them inside. She sells provision and all of that. Was packing brooms, packing the things she shared outside, and then moving them inside. And in my heart, I said, now I know your secret.
This is it.
A man that is available for the wife is truly a wise man.
That's right. You will always have peace.
You always have peace.
You will live long.
Just give her some room to be free and just get interested in that thing that gives her joy, that thing that makes her happy. And of course, you will reciprocate.
Women are very, very intelligent, very focused,
Very simple,
very wonderful people. If you take time to study, you can actually benefit from
so much.
From
There
having
are so much gold in every woman,
Alright.
and the gold is there for the man.
That's right. That's why we're happy to have Uchechi with us. So look as beautiful as she is, as we age, you know, as we just progress, you know, in life and all of that. So what's your final tips for our viewers this morning as we wrap up the show? Back to you, Uchechi.
Okay. Well, the final tips will be, let me leave you on this note. Please remember to eat healthy, because that is the beginning and the end of the whole discussion about nutrition. Remember to eat healthy. Don't take all the nutrition advice that you get from self-acclaimed nutritionists to heart. Don't take it. They will tell you boil ginger, boil this, or don't.
So many of them online. Oh my God!
So many
Just get
online.
so confused.
Some will say they want you to they want to detoxify.
Yes.
And what are you detoxifying when you have a liver and a kidney? So just eat healthy. That is the secret to everything. Remember that you're what you eat.
And eat in moderation.
Yes.
That's what I'm taking away from the show. All right, thank you everybody for being a part of the show. Peggy Orikwari has started the show on the family segment. I thought she would be able to come, but I think the time is already fast spent and so many other things to do. Pasam is on the camera with Brian Sifo and Helen and all the great guys who have been part of the show this morning. Let me thank you, Pastor Ms. Roseband, for being there for us always, again and again. Uchechi is a registered dietitian, nutritionist from the University of Benin Teaching Hospital. She has been a very special guest on the show this morning. Thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
I hope to see you again very, very soon. So viewers, connect with us and be part of the conversations. Like I always say, let the world hear your voice. We're on a global platform right now. Connect with us on EBS Reloaded on Facebook, YouTube, and all other social media platforms, and be part of the show. I'll see you again very soon, hopefully. Have a great day. Bye now.